Yo. What's up? Let's get started. Let's get started. Set my timer. Early morning paint sessions. Get some practice in. Let's do it. Color palette. Color palette. Color. Okay, let's go. Practice sessions are really helping me get better with color. Like a lot. Really being able to see what's actually going on. The color. Getting down the right colors. Seeing those subtle tones. Getting the shapes down. I started a oil painting yesterday. I like to work on the weekends because it's more time and space to do things, but I had to cut it short because I was spending hours and it was getting a little frustrated with it. It was coming out. I think I just needed to be a little bit more patient, but eventually it started turning out well. Started looking good, but by then I was tired. I put a lot of work into it, so I had to cut it short. Plus it was dinner time, and then I went for a run, which was very cold out. I didn't plan on going for a run, but I was invited, so I went out. What is my pressure sensitivity? I restarted my computer. I don't know where the pressure sensitivity went. I hope I didn't break anything. Gotta check my settings. Oh, guess what? It just came back. Wow. All of that painting I just did, it just came back. So crazy. So crazy. Just came back. It's local, man. It just has a mind of its own. It just does what it wants to do. something I need to practice on is really noticing and realizing tones, because a lot of times, most of the time, I'm putting down tones that are way too dark. Um, because my brain is telling me it's one way, but it's not. It's another way, and I'm just, that's the whole purpose of these, to get better. That's the whole point. So it's something I still need to work on a lot. Getting matching the correct tones. I tend to go too dark, and I also go too light, like way too early on. Um, I'm not really getting those subtle tones like I need to. So introspection helped me become a better artist. Really take note of what I could be doing better, and then I'll get better. Working on things that I don't particularly like to work on. Trying to improve in areas that I'm not so great in. That's the goal. Sometimes it's like a little overwhelming with the amount of things that you have to learn, but if you break things down into just smaller goals, it'll get a lot easier. It won't seem as impossible to do. For instance, I'm trying to build this YouTube channel, trying to spread some art knowledge to the world. And I would also like to see just more imagery of black people and people of color. That's my personal crusade that I'm working on. That's like a side note. I want to improve my art while increasing the visibility of black people and people of color. It's like people ask me, "Oh, you only paint black people?" I'm like, what kind of question is that? First of all, yes, but second of all, well, that's not true. I don't only paint black people. I paint all types of people. But the point I'm trying to make is, if I made art with only Asian people or only white people, nobody would ask me that question, like, "Oh, do you only paint white people?" Because painting white people is the default, and I don't. To me, it doesn't make any sense to complain about it. Like, "Oh, there's no paintings of black people." Make more paintings of black people. I can complain all I want, or I can just do it myself, and then and then stick with it. So here we are in 2020, still having a conversation about black people in art. This is crazy, but I feel like I'm doing my part. I always say I want it to be so commonplace, so ubiquitous, that nobody ever thinks to question the presence of black people in art. And I still feel like we have a long way to go. Like, with social media and the internet, we've made a lot of progress, like a lot of progress. But I still think there's a ways to go. I mean, just in the museums alone, it's like we don't exist in history. There was no one documenting black history in a way. And then some people are like, "Well, you guys got your own museum." It's like, yeah, all right, it's not enough. We need more. We need more representation. Because having one museum does not fully encompass the black experience or the contributions of black people, black America, black Africans, black African Americans. It's a thing. Not to be all political. I'm not trying. I don't want it to be political. It is what it is. I might lose some followers for this, but whatever. Who cares? Fortunately, we live in a time where it's okay to speak your mind about black injustice. Seems like everybody's on board and people are finally acknowledging that things are messed up. It could be worse. Don't get me wrong. They have been worse. But just because things could have been worse doesn't mean that they can't be better. I think people get it twisted like, oh, like, it could be worse. Like, it could be better. Yeah. People want to hear that. People don't want to hear that. I think people don't want to hear it because sometimes when you have these conversations, people feel blamed, people feel attacked. They get up in arms. They're like, but not me. I'm like, I didn't say you. You sound a little guilty there, buddy. It's like something nobody wants to be. No one wants to be the blame. And so I don't think anyone needs to be blamed. Just do something. Like, you know what it is. You know who you pick for these exhibitions and so on and so forth. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm not expecting anyone to do anything. You just gotta do it yourself. I read somewhere, it's like, obvious knowledge, but you can't really change the status quo from the inside or by complaining about it. You just have to create your own. I know I butchered that quote, but it was something along the lines of that. So Obama said, "Be the change you want to see." I don't know if Obama said that. Somebody said that, but that also makes sense. You just got to do the work. People were angry about the Grammys because the Grammys are like, stupid. I guess we just got to get to a point where either we don't hold the Grammys in any kind of esteem, or somebody needs to create their own Grammys, accounts of Grammys. That's hard because the Grammys have been around for many years, and it's hard to build up that prestige and that esteem. So in that sense, it might be. Some people might see it as easier to just reform it, but I don't know if that's the case. I don't know, what do you guys think? Reform versus starting anew, burning it down, starting over. I don't know. I don't got the answers this way. I set my timer today. I always forget to do so, but I did today, so I'm feeling good. classic sway, classic Kanye moment. This man was going out on sway. Very upset with sway. He's not happy with sway at all. I had to switch my tablet settings back to a less a lighter touch, which gives me limited brush control. I have a little bit, but it's not as delicate as before because my hands were hurting because I had to press down harder to get a lot of color, and it's not good for your repetitive stress. It's no bueno. It's no good. Repetitive stress on my hands. So I had to switch it back. Yeah, I already know that. What I did under the chin was way too dark. I always go to too dark with colors. I can just fix it later, but I'm trying to get better, like putting them down like right away. So I have to adjust it later. proportions are off. So I'm looking at the outline of her face in comparison to the edge of the frame, and it seems as if I my proportions are slightly off, not by a lot, by enough to give me some grief. So I'm gonna try to fix those. So it's very very slight proportion problems that I'm gonna fix right now. So her chin comes out a little bit further. Her nose comes out further. Her nose is actually like way out here. It's crazy. Her lips, yeah, all that was off. Yeah, that looks more like her. The edge of her nose comes way, way out here. This is where I'm getting my drawing on. And this part of her nose is in a lot further than where I have it. It's like right here. Her nose is further yet still. Very strong bridge area. And that means her eyes. Her eye well is a little further up. Wow. Changed everything. Still off, but it's a little bit better. I think just gotta keep pushing it so I can get it correct. Sweep it a little bit. Excuse me. Timer. Alright, means I'm halfway halfway through this painting. Um, See how far I can get before the time runs out completely. I got a lot done. Profiles they take less time because you only gotta do half of the face. The trick with profiles is to make sure that the length of the head is correct, which it is not here, right here. It is not correct. I messed the trick up. The back of the head is correct. If a lot of times people mess up with the profile because they make the back of the head too close to the front of the head, and it's just weird. Once again, anatomy, it looks like it's a lot closer than it really is. It's pretty far back from where people usually draw it. And so once you get that correct, like, profiles are alright. It's just a matter of getting other things lined up, and it's not as hard. So just a tip. Just a tip there. Alright, so there's a lot of really subtle shifts in her face. So once I get the shape down, I think I'm gonna make my brush a lot lighter, and then really go in and try to work in some of those subtle changes. I can't do right now because my brush is too heavy, which is crazy because it's a very light brush. How can my brush be too heavy already? Bring my flow down to 30, to 29, 30, and see if I can go in and clean up, really get this. Maybe I should keep my flow up. Let me bring my flow down to 10 and see how that affects. Let me just do some experimentation here and really see what happens with certain brush settings, because I still don't know the difference between flow and opacity. It's probably something I should work on figuring out, because I have no clue. I just use whatever looks best at the time when I'm trying to do something, but I really don't know. And I probably should know. Should know my tools, right? I think online they were saying, I saw a video saying that, flow is more of like for airbrush, like when people were using airbrushes and stuff. So the idea is like, how much paint could come out, with one blast or one spray. I don't know. That's how the person described it. I don't know if that was accurate. Um, and opacity was, once you set your opacity, it was the darkest, the darkest that, something could go. I don't know. I don't know. I definitely did not explain that right, but it's okay. Alright, so I've been working strictly with my opacity at 100% and my flow at 10%, and it's going okay. It's going. I guess it's going as good as it could go. I guess I'm getting the subtlety that I need, but who knows? Maybe I'm just making this up in my head. Maybe this is all made up in my head. Hmm. Hmm. Really trying to get the soap of his nose. This bridge, this nose bridge right here. This person I'm painting looks as if she could be of East African descent. East African. I don't know where she's from. I don't know who this is. I know who this is. Let me know. Zoom out. This is random. I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but I wonder if Charlemagne and Angela Yee and what's the other guy? Damn, nobody remembers the other guy. I wonder if they have like a security at the station, because I know Charlemagne makes a lot of people angry with his questions and commentary. I wonder if there are people inside of the studio, like where they record, like security. I don't know. I wonder. Um, yeah. I wonder. I wonder. Or does he? If he has like a bodyguard. I don't know. Hmm. Color in here. Hmm. Cool. Very soft. I was gonna add eyes, but I don't know. Maybe it makes it too real. I'm gonna keep it no eyes. I'm just gonna apply eyes right here. You know what? I just realized that's why I like drawing people with glasses. You can't see their eyes. Um, and I don't know. I don't know if when you draw the eyes, it just takes away some of the mystery, some of the fantasy of the art piece. Um, and it's just a personal choice. I don't know. I just think it takes away some of the drama. Unless the eyes are the drama and something really intense is happening with the eyes. Um, but you know, I'm not so, I don't, they don't have to be there so much for me. Um, Alright, so I've been using flow and using low flow. So let me bring flow up and let me try to bring opacity down and see what happens. Opacity, let's bring opacity down to 30. Let's see how that changes my process. Since we're doing experimentation here. Everything is just soft. It's just really soft. I don't know if I like that. I don't want it to be too soft. I want to have some, some defining strokes. I want the strokes to look intentional. It's hard to do that where it's softer. Deliberate. Okay, that's not so bad. Super important. Top part. Get that address. Alright, I think I'm done with this. I'm finished. Just a quick sketch. I even have 11 minutes left on the paint, but I think that's enough. I think I've done what I've come to do. And so I will call it a day. Oh, thanks Dan H1Z. Dan H1Z in the house. Thank you. Log off. Alright, cool. People have been watching. That's awesome. People have been watching. I got 1 concurrent viewer, 3 playbacks, and 10 minutes and 27 seconds of watch time. True. That's what's up. All right, well, thanks for everybody for tuning in. I'm going to log out now.